LeBron will enter his 19th season trimmer than usual, according to Rob Pelinka, who said, quote, he's slimmed up going into this stage of his career. He's made a decision to come back a little bit leaner, and I think that's going to translate in his explosiveness and quickness. He's been very, very locked in with his training, and you get a sense he has a confidence in his teammates when he looks around the locker room. Shannon, do you believe LeBron will be in even better shape than he was last year?
Even better than last
year? I don't like to get into quantifying when it comes to shape. Because the one thing that we know about LeBron James is that he's never out of shape. But I am a firm believer as we start to age in a professional sport, we should drop a few pounds. I know that's what I did. I didn't weigh the same in my 30s as I did in my 20s. And as I got closer and closer, I started coming in a pound, 2 pounds lighter. So by my last year, I showed up to camp at about 226, and my last game I weighed 223. So that's the way I like to do it, whereas I was coming in at 237, then 35, then 36, then 32, then 30. So I just felt as I aged, I needed to get lighter, Skip, because normally as you get older and you weigh the same or you weigh more, you're not as fast. So I felt as I was getting older, I needed to take some weight off so I can maintain that level of quickness. So I can share this with you. Somebody's in a heap of trouble. See, AD felt that I needed to be able to bang. So I'm going to play a lot of 5. I will need to bang. So I need to beef up. LBJ says, you know what? I'm about to be 37. I'm going to be taking off from half court. I need to trim down. Long story short, short story long. Y'all over. It's over. It's over now. You get treated so bad.
Yeah, you keep picking the Nets to win it all.
Don't you worry about that. I tell you who I'm not picking, Clippers. It's over for the Clippers. It's over for the Clippers.
Yeah, it won't be over if he comes back by March.
Well, I don't know who he is. Well, but if he comes back, he in trouble too.
He is he. He is the
whoever he is, he in trouble when he comes back.
Kawhi Town owns this town because he owns the Lakers.
No, he doesn't. Stop saying that.
Okay, so one day I hear that AD has buffed up.
Yeah.
And Coach Vogel says he's imposing.
Physical.
Imposing.
Yes.
The next day, the GM says that LeBron has slimmed up.
Sleek.
It's usually slimmed down, but I'll give you slimmed up. I know where he's going with it.
Sleek.
And he says LeBron has been very, very locked in with his training. Well, this indicates to me that he was a little overweight last year. And wait, all those videos he posted over the last 3 years, I guess they were just a bunch of phony baloney that he must have been eating a little baloney along the trail.
You saw the man.
Because he's saying he's more locked in now with his training than he used to be. So I guess all that, look at me, all those videos that I had to sit through and sleep through.
You have to sit through it. Why you followed it?
It's my job. I don't follow it. I see him at night when they get sent on our undisputed night list. I'm like, not again. LeBron, are you the only one who works out in the NBA?
Yeah, right? I love that, bro. Get hype. Get hype.
The hype videos. And I'm saying, wait a second. Are you suggesting that you work harder than anybody else? See, Kawhi works really hard. Kevin Durant works really hard.
What does Kawhi work on?
They just don't post.
I'm not scared. First of all, Kevin Durant can't gain weight. Kevin Durant's going to be 172 pounds at 7 foot tall for the rest of his life.
Yeah, Kawhi is put together. He is all man.
All man.
Yeah.
Mr. Glass. That's what he is. Okay. You remember the character? You know the character I'm talking about. Glass. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson character.
Okay, so are we suggesting here that LeBron was, dare I say, fat last year?
No, what we're saying is that he realized that he gets a full offseason. There are a lot of guys that didn't come back in the peak condition because it was a quick turnaround. LeBron needed ample time. Now, he's like, you know what? I tried to be maybe 5 pounds heavier. That doesn't work for me.
Are we suggesting maybe he celebrated a little too long after the bubble championship? Bubblicious.
No,
asterisk.
I don't believe.
Cubic zirconia.
The one thing I don't worry about LeBron is I don't worry about him not putting the work in. Because you don't get to this level without putting the work in. He put the work in.
Well, I kept telling you last year, it looks like he's got some new love handles.
He had no love handles. Yeah. I mean, the guy had love handles, and before he got injured, he was favored to win the MVP. Now the man get hurt. You see what you did? Now he got hurt, and you want to forget all about it. But up until that point, he was the front runner for the MVP.
How can LeBron be more locked into his training than he was last year, year before?
Because, Skip.
More locked in than ever?
Yeah, because guess what? You're closer to the end than the beginning.
Oh.
And that's what you start to do. Because what we start to do, Skip, as we start to age, we realize the one thing that we can never recapture is time. We can't borrow it. We can't hold on to it. All we can do is that embrace it.
Wait, is that a picture of the fat LeBron?
There you go. See, there you go.
I don't know. I don't know, because it looks, that's what the suggestion here is. And by the way, Pelinka says that he now, you get a sense he has confidence in his teammates when he looks around the locker room. What locker room? They haven't been in the locker room. How can you be looking around the locker room in the offseason?
He knows what's in that locker room. He ain't got to worry about.
Even played with
he don't worry about somebody coming. He don't worry about somebody coming to work with pink hair, green hair, red hair, yellow hair, baggy pants, cowboy boots, a construction outfit on, overalls, dungarees, breeches. He ain't got to worry about that. He worry about guys that play basketball.
Has he played with Ellington, his new starting two guard?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Played with Malik Monk?
Gonna be dishing that thing up.
Has he played with Kendrick Nunn? No, I don't think so.
Lockdown D.
Has he played with Trevor Ariza? I don't think so.
What's that about?
I don't know. How can he look around and have confidence? And by the way, Dave McMenamin reports that he's just maintaining his weight at around 250 pounds, which it was listed at last season. I'm getting mixed messages.
You ain't getting no mixed messages.
All right, guys, we have to move on because did Carmelo just admit LeBron isn't the GOAT? We'll tell you what he said next.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you fear the Clippers?
Yes.
Steve, you worth $100 billion.
They're not cheap.
But unfortunately,
they're not crappy.
But Skip, unfortunately, you can't buy your way to a championship here. It's a 1. And you know this, Skip. This is always going to be a Laker town.
You are not threatened at all.
None. Because let me tell you why, Skip. Your best player is injury prone and he's getting older. And as you get older, you don't get healthier. And so that's why I'm unconcerned. And it's not like guys are lining up, because remember, KD said no. Kyrie said no. Jimmy Butler said no. So it's not like these superstar guys are lining up to come play with Kawhi. So we can say all this, this guy rebuffed LeBron, this guy rebuffed LeBron. They were buffing you-know-who also. So with that being said, look, I understand. He has more money than all the other NBA owners combined. If they compiled all their money together, they don't have more money than Steve Ballmer. That's why he can go it alone and say, yeah, I'm going to build my own $2 billion arena. And I'm going to do all this. He can do all that, Skip. But at the end of the day, this is always going. You can bring another team here, Skip. You think it's going to be anything other than a Dodger town. You think this is going to be anything other than a Laker town. You're sadly mistaken. It's not. This is what it is. This is what it's going to be. And the sooner he accepts that, the better off he's going to be. He'll sleep a lot better at night. I mean, he probably sleep good worth $100 billion, but if he think he got to have a team that's going to challenge Skip, these Laker fans, it's Lakers or nothing. It's Dodgers or nothing. Ain't no other favorite player. They don't got no other nothing. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, you can go to other places, it's like, well, if I wasn't this, I'd root for that. They're like, no. I'm a Laker. I don't care what else happened. I don't care nothing about anybody else. Dodgers. I don't care about any other team or this guy or Mike Trout or that. It's Dodgers. It's Lakers, Dodgers. Ain't nobody I've been here 5 years. And I don't go out much, but I've been out a lot. I ain't seen nobody say I'm a Clipper fan. Not one person other than you. You a faux Clipper fan anyway. So I don't count that. Not one Clipper fan.
I'm a Kawhi fan. You know it, and I know it.
Nobody but Clipper Darrell and Marcellus. And where are they anyway?
So I worked here for the LA Times back a long time ago, back in the 1970s, and this town was Dodgers, Dodger Blue, Dodgers.
Yes.
First and last, it was a Dodger town.
Yes.
The Lakers had Kareem, but they didn't have Magic, and they hadn't become Showtime. And once that happened, they began to rival the Dodgers.
Yes.
I'm not sure they ever supplanted the Dodgers, but they rivaled the Dodgers. Okay, and the Rams have always been the Rams. For some reason, they've never caught hold. Actually, when the Raiders were here, they started to threaten just because they had such a fervent following.
Yes, yes.
And it was just something about the silver and black.
Yeah.
It appealed to a whole new segment of the
Skip,
population.
it was hard to get behind the Rams because the Rams was in Anaheim.
Yeah.
They theoretically wasn't in L.A.
I was covering when they were at the Coliseum, and it was some sleepy Sundays out at that Coliseum. You got to believe me. So here comes this man with all this money and all this chutzpah.
Yes.
And he's got some guts because he's got some billions.
Yeah. He saw.
And I love this story. This is my favorite story of the week because he is saying, we are coming, Lakers. We are coming.